All right. So I'm gonna have my paper remember the long ways wise because it's gonna be a little bit tall. So the first thing we're gonna work on is actually gonna be the head here. So for the head, we're gonna draw like a circle and then we're gonna leave a little space open here. So you wanna do at the top of your paper. So we're just gonna leave a little bit of space here. So it almost looks like a full circle. So then once we have our circle, we're gonna leave a little bit of space here. So we're gonna actually do the neck of our turkey here. So you're gonna kind of curve the line in. You kind of curve it. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. You're going in and then you're coming back out. And remember, that's the neck for our turkey. Now we're gonna go ahead and start working on our body here at the bottom. We're gonna curve a line, almost like a circle, same for his body. But we're gonna leave spaces in the middle where we're gonna do feathers. This line that's already curved, you're gonna keep curving it out. And we're gonna do the same thing over here. And you wanna curve it out. So it's almost gonna look like you're almost making another circle. So in this middle part, before we head on to the rest of the body, we're gonna do its little arms, and usually they're feathers. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do 3 like lines out, and this one's here, you can curve them out like that. And it's almost like you're gonna make a little curve at the end and then come back in. And then we're gonna do another one. We're gonna do 3 of these. So this one, curve it. And one last one out. All right. So we're gonna do the same thing on the other side here. We're gonna do its 3 little feathers. And remember, I kind of did like curve lined out. It almost looks like a triangle. We're gonna draw a second one and a third one here. And they can be different sizes and different shapes too. They don't have to be perfect. All right. So what we're gonna do is we have these two now, and at the very end here, on the left side and on the right side, we're gonna curve it like we're gonna do a smiley face almost. We're gonna finish that round circle or round body. You're gonna do a line connecting from one, and remember, you kind of curve it so it looks like a smiley face that you're making. And then we're gonna go ahead now at the very bottom, which we're gonna do its feet. Its little feet. And if anybody's ever seen the feet from like chickens or turkeys, they're like pointier. They look like claws almost at the bottom. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw one line on the left side here, down like that, and it's gonna be a short line. And from this right here, I'm gonna make a line outwards and I'm gonna kind of curve it. And at the very end, since it's pointy, I'm gonna kind of make it small and then I'm going to make it longer. And right underneath that, we're gonna make another line underneath, but this one we're gonna do same thing, curve it, but just downwards. And the same thing, we're gonna grab another line from that bottom one and kind of just curve it outwards longer. You can kind of see its feet, how they're a little bit pointier at the end, forming. And at this very bottom last one, what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of curve our line and then we're gonna make a line straight up. this little heel and it goes up. And we're gonna draw one more toe on here. And it's gonna be at this little space here on top of our first foot there. And what I'm gonna do is I curve it up and I connect it to this little corner there. So it looks like the last toe right there is kind of hidden in the back. So we'll go ahead and move on to the next foot here. And the same thing that I did is I started with a straight line, short, not too long, and it's just straight down on the right side. And then I'm going to go ahead and make a line that kind of curves. It almost looks like an L, right? And from here, we're going to make it pointy and connect it back out. And at this endpoint, we're doing another line out, curving it. Same thing. You can curve your line. You can make it straight. I like to curve it because their feet are not super straight. And for the heel, remember, we're going to curve our line at the end here, almost like half a circle, and then go straight up. So it looks like we have two here. And remember, for the third one that I made it look like it's hidden is at the very top, wherever you'd like to choose. I made a big curve, almost like a C coming out, a backward C. And then I connect it back to this corner. So we have our outline of our turkey. We've got our feet down. Now we're gonna go ahead and work on its face. And the feathers will be the very last thing we do. So for the face here, we're gonna do almost like a upside down W, the top of a heart. So we're gonna start somewhere here in the middle of its head. And you're gonna make a curve here. And then another curve here. So it almost looks like if you're starting off, you're gonna do a heart, but you don't finish the heart yet. Or it also looks like an upside down W. And then we're gonna go ahead and finish that heart. We're gonna go ahead and create straight lines now. And the other one, we want it straight. So it does look like a heart, see? But what we're gonna do is we're actually going to make two lines kind of crossing diagonally in the middle of that heart to create its beak. And we're gonna draw in the two circles here for its eyes. And you can color those in if you'd like. I'm gonna go ahead and do it black so you guys can see it's the eyes. And this is its beak right here. Now we gotta do the waddle. And for that one, we're gonna go ahead and draw a line on the left side of its beak here. And we're kind of curving it out. And we're gonna do the same thing on the right side. And have a line coming out. So it looks like two lines, but we're not gonna have a little space in the middle. And then we're gonna draw like an oval. Those and connecting those lines. And just for a little extra little thing, I draw a small line here. It's just like a small line for details. And the same thing, I draw it on its body. I'm just gonna draw a curved line here. So we're almost done. We just gotta do our feathers this time. So I'm gonna do 3 feathers on each side. If you guys want, you can draw more if you would like feathers. If you can fit more, if you want to follow along with me, that's great too. And do 3 on each side. So for this, I'm actually gonna go ahead and start on the left side In between the two here feathers, I'm going to draw one out coming out. And then I curve it back in. And same thing out of this, I'm going to curve it on this side. And I'm going to come back in, connect it to the body of our turkey. So that's 2 there. And my third one here is going to be partially hidden because we have our turkey. But same thing, on the last feather we did, I'm going to create a curve, almost like a U. And then I'm going to do a straight line connecting to the body of our turkey. So I have 3. Remember, if you want to do more and fill it up to the top over here, you can, because turkeys have a lot of feathers. And then I'm going to go ahead on the right side, same thing, right in the middle. I'm going to create a straight line, curve it like a U, and then come straight back to the body. All right, so remember our first one here, what I'm going to do is the same thing, is kind of make like a U here. And then connect it back to the body with a straight line. And this one, you're going to be able to see it a little bit more than this one. So what I'm going to do, same thing, is going to curve it out like a U and go ahead and connect it back to our body. So I think this one came out a little bit bigger than that, but it's fine. And if you want, what I did for our turkeys is I actually drew some lines in our feathers. So I drew a curved line, 2 of them, 1, 2. Same thing within our other feather, 1, 2. And in this very last one, I didn't do a line. I actually just ended up making a small curved line out. And the same thing on your left side, curved line, 2 stripes, 1, 2. And then on my last one here, 1, 2. And if you have colors, and if you want to, you can color it in. You could also do it with black if you have just black color too. That is our turkey. And what I ended up just doing at the very, very bottom is I wrote Thanksgiving, right? So at the very bottom, T for H, I drew 2 lines, connect them. Thanksgiving. If you want to, you can even write happy at the very top. If you want to add any other little thing, if you want it, you can, but remember, if you want, you can put your name on it. All right, but that is going to be our turkey.